Alright, so I think I'm taking a lap around the entire town, I think. Wait a second. Let's see if I can find a cigarette. Do you have an extra cigarette? I don't know what it does. I hate when people say that. You know why? Because every time someone says no, I think they're lying. I know they're lying. I could sense it too. Like, it's so fucking annoying. Maybe I'm just asking the wrong question. Oh, let me get a cigarette. Don't give people the option to say no, right? Is that how you do it? Like, how do you do that? Hey, you want a cigarette? Yeah. But she fucking sitting there with a goddamn fucking 100. Looked like a Newport 100, my favorite cigarette too. Look like a fucking Newport 100 hanging out your mouth. You know you got another one. That ain't your last one. I know I could have went the other way and got a cigarette off of Marco, but it's like, not that I don't mind. The guy, like, not that he pushes them on me, but he gives me absolutely zero resistance. Too easy? Yeah, I guess you can say that. Oh man, I would like, motherfucker, you know, I'm walking on this goddamn side of the street because I don't want to be around people. Well, no, I forgot. You can't see what's going on in front of me. You can't see what's going on in front of me. No, the dude who was walking on the other side of the street walking his baby, but then, like, he crosses the street. He crosses the street on my fucking side. Like, the fuck are you walking on my side of the street? But then he walks in front, just like gets in front of me. And one, I don't like talking around other people because it's like, get your dirty ass, get your scrub ass energy out my fucking vicinity. Not that you don't have scrub energy, you do, ma'am. You totally do. Like, I feel it. Like I've been like when we first started this project, like fucking. What was that? Today's the 7th? Today's the 7th of Teshvan? Yeah, literally fucking three Jewish weeks ago. 3 lunar weeks ago, we started it. And I've come to the conclusion that you don't know anything that's going on in this group. You're not knowing any. Right. So like, if I publicize these videos and you're watching, you're like, who the fuck is he talking to? There's this fucking annoying woman in my life that I can't fucking get rid of her, dude. I just find like she's not even trying. That's the thing. That's the most annoying thing. Because I go, then if she's not actually trying, then where is this Where is this goddamn, this voice, this feeling coming from? Right? And on top of that, my Lord, Hashem, like, why do you keep on bringing her back into my life? Just like a little taste, just like a little driblet, right? So check. You want to talk about fucking annoying? All right, so it goes like this. So we used to talk like every single day. I'm fucking spilling all the tea on this. I feel like I spent this past week like just venting about everything. I'm fucking pissed. The video I recorded last night, I didn't upload it. Or the video I recorded 2 nights ago, I didn't record it. I didn't save it. I deleted it so I can record yesterday. But it was so good. Oh my God. It was like a rage fest against my family. And I said all the things. I was so afraid to say. And I was going to put it on here so I can put it in the group. Right, that's why I'm saying, like, if you're watching this, you're probably not part of that group on Facebook, which is where all these videos are going. Because right now, like, there's a shit ton of videos that are on this page, that are on my channel, that are unlisted. But they're unlisted because I'm only putting them on there. Because the group's only me and her. But technically it's only me. It's just that the digital presence of this lady is enough to get me into the mindset that I'm talking to her. But like, you gotta understand, like, she's got I could be wrong. I don't think I am. I know I'm not wrong. I don't believe I'm wrong. I'm okay if I'm wrong, but I don't believe I am. That she's got like the personality of a paperweight, you know? Like, do you ever try to have a conversation with a plant? Like, I have. I've talked to trees. Like, I do talk to seemingly inanimate objects, but am I going right? Yeah. I do have conversations with seemingly inanimate objects, but those conversations usually go somewhere. And I see her kind of like an inanimate object. She's not really physically in my life. Like, once in a blue moon we see each other. Maybe like once, twice a year. But I've had this like intense connection. I think I personally, I know there's a spiritual aspect to it too, but I know it's a dick and pussy thing. That's a big part of it. I can't lie about that. There's a sex thing. But I can only do what I can do, you know what I mean? And so we just happen to have a group that I set up for us to teach her tarot like years ago, like from 3 years ago, and the group is still there. But like 3 weeks ago, I was taking a lunch break. I was getting high, and Hashem reminded me that I had the group, because we had just started talking. Well, yeah, we had just started talking again, and I don't like talking to her, you know. And the reason I don't like talking to her because she doesn't talk back, because she doesn't have anything of any interest to say most of the time, so she just keeps quiet, and I don't necessarily like just injecting all of my time and energy into a fucking person that isn't reciprocating in any way, shape, or form. But over the last year, my Lord, Hashem, has been, thank you, Hashem, I love you, has been teaching me how to take back what's mine, and how to also give myself everything that I used to want from other people, which is validation, right? Just like everybody else. Just like Mashiach. I mean, I'm just a regular person, like everyone else. I want validation, and my Father in heaven taught me how to validate myself while also opening my eyes, ears, my mind, and my heart to recognize how he's constantly validating me all day, every day. So, see, like right there. How does he validate you? If I explained it to you, you wouldn't understand it. Like that. Like that. That alarm just went off. Do you know what that alarm said? No, you don't. I do. And it just happened to go off at the right time, which is always the way it works. I mean, it's more than just the alarm. It's other external life experiences too. It had something to do with the fact. What the hell is that? I don't know, man. I got like 44 years of external experiences that validate everything for me. So I'm good. Yeah, but how do you expect other people to believe you? See, now that's the thing. Like, that's the most fucking annoying question that always comes to my mind. Is like, what if nobody believes you? And then what? What do you mean? What do you mean, what do you mean? Like, what if nobody believes you? I know, but like, what do you mean? Like, what if no one believes me? Believes me about what? What you just said? About Mashiach? Hey, if I wasn't Mashiach, my fucking God wouldn't have told me to name my channel Derek Mashiach. Like, that's... What do you want me to fucking do? If you don't like it, talk to fucking him. I know Jews, the other one Jews, the Orthodox Jews, they expect Mashiach to have the hat and the beard and the curls. The fuck, what do you want? If you don't like it, talk to Hashem. Like, it's simple. Hashem, why don't I look like all the other Jews? Because you're not like the other Jews. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for validating me. Welcome. Love you too. Yeah, so it was like a couple days before Rosh Hashanah too. Like, the chick's like in my head. Like, I can't get her out of my head. So fucking annoying. Like, part of me thinks that she's doing like some little like witchcraft that she shouldn't be doing. Part of me thinks that. But there's another part of me that's like, she isn't even that. She wouldn't even know where the fuck to start. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that. I would actually say she would probably do the opposite. Try to get rid of me. That's usually how that works. Is it too much to ask? I don't know. It looks like the type that would say no. Like, I don't know. Part of me doesn't even want to like give him the satisfaction to say no. No, because I hear him in my head go, "Well, you want a cigarette? Go get him yourself." Go fuck yourself, fucking jerk off. Do you think I would have asked if I could? Like, why would I ask if I had the fucking means in which to get my own? Do you understand the logic behind that? Or is it a little too much for you? You obviously have the means. You have means that I don't have. So I don't understand why you gotta be such a fucking stingy, greedy cunt. Jerk off. Asshole. Like, if you ask me, if the shoe was on the other foot, you know what? That's why. That's exactly why. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and you asked me for one, I would say no. Because I legitimately don't have any. And I don't know when, or if ever, my Lord's going to ever allow me to have resources enough to go to the store and buy a pack of cigarettes. And you know what's fucked up? You know what's even more fucked up about that? I found cigarettes that are like $2, $3, they're $2.99, and they're good. I mean, they ain't American Spirit Dark Green good. They ain't Newport Hunted good. But they're $2.99 good. That's a goddamn sure. And technically they're cigars too, so they stank like a motherfucker. They're cigar cigarettes. My mother described them as smelling like camel ass. I don't know if I would go that far. I mean, she's not even a smoker, so like her opinion is like fucking. Her opinion on that is like toilet paper. But I mean, so is everyone's opinion on everything. That's me though. Where are we going? We're going for a walk, I said. We're going to take a fucking tour, to take the long walk. Why? Because I've noticed that when I go on these long, extended routes, because normally there's a different way that I go. Like when I walked out of the house, come on, man, what are you doing? When I walked out of the house, I made a left instead of a right, which I usually do. See, if I make a right, I'll get a cigarette, but I wanted to make a left because I wanted to come this exact route. You know, it's 2 years ago. Oh my God, it smells amazing. What kind of cigarette you got? It was 2 years ago. I was walking this way. I came the same route. And I had just gotten through a 4-month legal battle with Hugo Boss, the clothing company. Because they were withholding money from me and they were trying to they were giving me a hard time about paying me for how do I say it? They were exploiting me. You know? They were exploiting me intentionally. And I allowed them to do it, mind you. I did it I intentionally allowed them to exploit me because I wanted to see what would come out of it. And it ended up that I got into a big legal battle with them. I mean big. It was big in that it took 4 months. But I don't like using lawyers. I like to deal with shit myself, you know? So about 2 months in, they're jerking me around, like literally, like not even a good kind of jerk. Like they're giving me they're like jerking me off with fucking sandpaper. You know what I mean? And it's just like, what are you doing? Why are you being fucking assholes about this? Like why are you fucking busting my balls? And it's not even like they were busting my balls. It was just they weren't taking me serious, you know? And it's because I called them out on it. And the guy who I was allowing to exploit me, he had just he got retired. So I guess they were trying to just wipe the slate clean of anyone and anything associated with him, which meant me. But at the same time, it's like, yo, ho. You guys were fucking me. You guys were fucking me, and I'm not gonna allow it to stand. And I went fucking hard. I got fucking corporate involved. The corporate office is in fucking, the main office, the main headquarters is in fucking Germany. I got Germany involved. I let them know, you're gonna pay me. And these motherfuckers, they could have banged it out. They paid me 3 times. They gave me 3 payments. 3 payments. The first payment they gave me was within like a week or 2. The other 2 payments took 4 months. Like that's what it was like, all right, I see what's going on here. So, and mind you, I didn't even get everything I wanted. The lawyer and the company, they were intentionally avoiding this one point of contention that I had with them. But at the time, I have Hashem pushing me. I got Moses coaching me. Because Moses was my coach during that whole thing. Because it got to a point where I realized it's not my job to change anyone's mind. It's not my job to make anything happen. It's just all I have to do is just keep it going. That's it. and not to let these assholes intimidate me. Fuck it. And because it was kind of scary, because my brother works for the company. I don't know if anyone knows that my brother's my brother, but because we have different fathers, different last names. So I don't know if anyone knows. I mean, I know people know, but I don't know how far people know, how high up people know. So it's like, I'm thinking in my head, it's not impossible that if the executives find out that I'm his brother, because they know who he is, that if they find out that I'm his brother, he's going to get some kind of backlash on it. But then again, I also thought, not my fucking problem. That's not my problem. If you get fired because of something I did, there's no way you can get fired for something I did. You can only get fired for something that you do. Whether I went into Mark's office, Mark and Kieran's office, and took a fucking dump on their desk, which basically is what I did through email form. I took the email equivalent of a fucking giant shit on both their desks and then smashed it around with my dick. And I slammed that onto the table too. It felt amazing. It felt so good. But it was on August 16th of 2023, which was like 2 days before it was 2 days before my birthday. And it was the day where I think I got the first check. I got the first check on the 16th, and I came out for a celebratory walk because I went to go buy my first pack of cigarettes in 7 weeks. Oh my God, it was so fucking delicious. But as I was coming down the street, as soon as I said before, I was like, where I made it a point to point out this spot. I was walking and I found a blunt. Not a full blunt, obviously. It was like mostly smoked. But hey, desperate times. I'm one of those grimy motherfuckers where if I find a joint on the ground, I'm gonna smoke the shit out of it. Right? You'd actually be surprised how much pot I find out here. Not necessarily when someone's smoking it, even though that does happen. Sometimes I'll be walking, I'll see someone smoking a joint or... But I have a deal with God that if marijuana is in the vicinity, if it's there, I'm a smoker. Smoke it, eat it, wherever the fuck it is. In whatever modality it's in. This is fucking jabron. Holy shit. That's why I gotta look. And we're taking a fucking long ass route. There ain't gonna be nobody smoking over here. This is like... Well, we gotta go all the fucking way down there. Even when we get down there, we're not even halfway there. So 23 minutes to get here? It's alright. Well, the thing I don't like about this spot, the reason I don't like this walking path is because there are people that use it, and I don't like talking around other people, you know? I get all clammed up. Now, that's why I keep the headphones on. But at the same time, like other people, their energy fucking mingles with mine, and then it's like, ugh. I don't want them hearing me, talking to me, looking at me. I mean, not that I mind people looking at me or listening to me or talking to me. But when I don't want people, when I don't want you, just leave me the fuck alone. Stop being fucking annoying. Which is why, going back to that old lady friend with the group I was talking about, like the whole the predication of this entire fucking project right now. Did you say predication? Yeah, it's a derivative of the word predicate. Predicable. You know what a predicable is? You ever fucking read Aristotle? Go to categories. I think you'll find it in the first chapter of categories. We learn about predicables. Well, a predicable is that which can be predicated upon a subject. So today is predicable of tomorrow. Tomorrow is predicated on today. Today's predicated on yesterday, which technically isn't even true. Only from one perspective. If you really like think about it, well, not if you really think about it, because I don't think that your brain is capable of actually abstracting such a fucking concept. But time goes both ways at the same time, which we learn from observing our own lives, but then also by observing the lives of the patriarchs in the Bible. You can see it too, especially in the story of Joseph. But in order to even get to that point where you can even comprehend what's going on with Joseph, like, you have to start from the fucking beginning. And most people can't even fucking handle, most people can't even grasp and handle what the fuck happens in the very beginning. And then once you get to the flood, then people's minds are, what? It's impossible. Actually, and you know what's funny? The flood is so that it's so practical. Like, you can't even argue it. You can't argue it. It only rained for 40 days and 40 nights. You feel me? But if you read the fucking book, which version are you talking about? The fucking Torah version. That's what I read. I don't read the New Testament. I don't read the Old and New Testament. I read Torah. So I'm Jewish. If you read it, it says that the water came up from the ground as well. So it was coming from above and below. So it's like, yeah, but where did all the water go? But it's funny, there's an article that just came out earlier this week about how scientists found an underwater ocean, like under the Earth's crust, between the crust and the mantle, where this underground ocean, based on the tests that they've been doing, they've estimated that it has about 3 times as much water as all of the water in all of the oceans on the surface. That's a lot. That's a lot. So if there's an underwater like reservoir of water that is 3 times the quantity, 3 times the volume of the amount of water that we have on the surface, that would do a pretty good job of explaining it. This wasn't like a religious website either. It was on like Google News or some shit. Which was perfectly timed. Thank you, Hashem, because I found that article 2 days after we got to Noah and Torah study. Why are you studying Torah today? So, are you familiar with Simcha Torah? It's an annual event that takes place on the. I think it depends on the year, but traditionally it falls on the night of the 3rd quarter moon of the 1st month. So usually like the at the beginning of the 4th week of the Jewish calendar of the 7th month. So it goes Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, and then Simchat Torah. And then Simchat Torah, that's the first and last day of the annual Torah study cycle. So on that day, every single year, on Simchat Torah, the first half of the day is like the last couple portions of Deuteronomy, and then the second half of the day, the first couple portions of Genesis. And then we cycle through the whole year again, till we come back around again. I mean, it depends on the day. It depends on the day that it falls, too. So each the Torah cycle it's divided up into like 52 weeks. It's split up into 52 weeks, right? Each week's called a parsha. Each parsha has a theme. Each parsha is composed of a very specific section of the books of Torah. Each parsha is then divided up into 7 daily portions, starting from Shabbat to Shabbat. Well, it's Shabbat to Friday. Yeah. No. It starts on Sunday. Sunday to Shabbat. That's how it goes. First portion is always on Sunday. The 7th portion is always on Shabbat. You don't give a shit? Okay. Then go fuck yourself. I would say thank you for teaching you something that you didn't know before, jerk off. I don't know, like, why are you even here? Like, how is this? Why did I even publicize this? Oh, I publicized it so I can berate the fucking idiots watching it while I talk about myself with impunity. Yeah, because I look down on everybody. I look down on everyone. So don't take it personally. I look down on my family. Look down on my family. I look down on my friends. I look down on everyone. But that's because I allow God to look down on me. Because I don't put anyone above me. The only one that's above me is my Lord, Hashem, the Creator. I love you too. Keep blowing me. Yeah, fuck off. That's how our relationship rolls. So now dial it back. Let's go back to unpublished mode. See how this goes. Yeah, see, ma'am, I can't. This is why I like to do with these unpublished, because it's like, do you see how, like, now I'm just, who the fuck am I even talking to? I'm just talking to random people. I don't like talking to random people like that because they annoy the shit out of me. Because their stupid questions come into my head, and it's like, well, what are you talking about? Why are you talking about that? Who really gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Me. That's why I'm talking about it. So fuck off. You're not giving me nothing for this shit, so what do you even, why are you bothering me? Did you feel me? But I need to talk to somebody, so when I keep it isolated to just your channel, just your frequency, then yeah, I'm good. I'm not convinced I really like you anymore, like in that way. I'm not saying I don't, I'm just not sure. I've been doing a lot of things. I've been doing a lot of this and just getting a lot of the shit out of me. And I'm hoping, like I really am, I'm hoping that like this all, I can burn all this off. So that eventually it's just like, well, I think you're a waste of my time. But you're not though. That's the thing. Like, you might be a waste of my time, but doing this is not a waste of my time. But then again, like, I wouldn't be doing this without you. So I'm in this fucked up spot where I want you gone. I don't want you. Like, I don't want you around me. I don't want you around me. I don't want you in my head. I don't want you in my life. But for some reason, and I think it's because God likes to punish me, is that he makes it that I work better when you're my subject. So I'm kind of like stuck with you for at least the time being. I'd like to believe though that I really want to believe, trying to believe that you're just a temporary thing. That, well, that's a little cold, I know, but that's the point. It's like I have to embrace my cold side, and because I'm too warm I get too mushy with you, and I need to learn how to harden up and just have a ice cold heart when it comes to you. Why? Because you're a bitch whore cunt. I don't like you. You're stupid. How do you talk to people like that? Easy, just like that. No, but see, like, part of the trick to that is normally, like, I'd be afraid of your dumb response, of your idiotic response. Not just your idiotic response, but even hurting your dumb feelings. But as God keeps telling me, she didn't give a fuck. She doesn't give a fuck. She hurts your feelings. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Have no pity on this whore. Okay. Whatever you say, my lord. Can you believe that? God's calling you a whore. So, like, I don't, like, that's why I get sketchy about this whole idea about why you. And I think it's just because of the fact that for those years, I was so mushy-gushy soft with you but that was before God and I really had a good relationship. And so I was allowing myself to give too much and not receive back. But now he and I have a whole new system, which is too much for your dumb little head to understand. But because I know that you don't have the attention span to be able to keep up with everything that we're doing in here. Which is why I feel like making the videos public is not the worst idea, but it's a viable one. You know, man. It's a viable one, at the very least. So. How so? How so? Well, you gotta understand. Like, you're one of those. You're of the employed class. You're an employed person, right? Right. I'm in the self-employed class. So, aside from that alone just making me better than you, it makes me better than everyone else like you. So, like, it makes me better than my entire family. It makes me better than, like, every friend that I have. It makes me better than a lot of people. And I know that's not very nice, and that's not the attitude that you're supposed to have, but that's the attitude that God is telling me to have. Because all of you fucking scrubs, you all live in this fucking fantasy world where everyone's equal. No, I ain't. Listen, bitch. Ain't nobody. You ain't equal to me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You are not my equal. You. My brother's not my equal. My mother's husband's not my equal. My sister's husband's not my equal. All of them are actually beneath me. And that's some shit I get from my father, too. So it's not just God telling me that. That's my father telling me that. Well, my father's in heaven now, so it's both. My father and God are back in unison. And my father in heaven's telling me, fuck everybody. Oh. Nice. But we're kind of almost halfway there. This bitch got a cigarette? Nah. Bitch, I don't, it's not B-I-T-C-H, it's B-Y-T-C-H. It's a little bit different. It's actually a big difference. But you need to have a mind to think. And I don't really think you have one of those. I mean, I think you have one. I just don't think you use it. Go back to publicized mode. Now, do you want to know what I'm doing? You're wondering, like, how are you degrading this person? You're just berating them. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Exactly. So try to imagine, like, I'm not even talking to the person. I'm talking to the apparition in my head. Which is more of the problem. Because it's been there. She's been in there for, like, well, do you ever think of talking to somebody? What do you think I'm doing? That's the point of this experiment. To see what happens. Well, not only that, but also I'm just doing my job. This is part of my job. This is part of what I do. For God. Posterity. Because one day in the future, when people are interested in finding out who was Moshiach, where did he come from, how did he figure himself out, how did all of this really begin, I have an entire fucking YouTube channel that you can watch. This way you don't have to bother me with your stupid questions. because I've learned, like, I don't need you or anyone else to believe in me, because my Lord God, He believes in me. I believe in myself. Like this dumb bitch whore that I'm talking to, like, she doesn't believe in me. All of her dumb, stupid friends and all of our stupid, dumb, mutual friends who aren't even my friends. I don't have friends. I'm my only friend. God's my only friend. But I have to. You know when Jesus said, you ever read the New Testament? There's a part where Jesus, He gives some really good advice, and it's triggering for people because they don't get it, because they're too stupid like you. He said, in order to be my disciple, you need to hate your mother and father. You need to hate your brother and sister. You need to hate your wife and your child, and you even have to hate your own life. And I've been there. I know exactly what the fuck He's talking about. You have to not be afraid. You can't be a pussy, is basically what He's saying. We don't take pussies. We don't take pussycats. Like, you have to be willing to fucking. You have to be willing to go into cold-blooded viper mode. Like, what is that? Black Mamba. You got to be a fucking cobra. Like, seriously, you can't allow some fucking bag of meat to compromise your life. And so the way it's working is this little whore, this bitch cunt, that has infected my mind like a emotionally transmitted disease. Fuck it. She inspires feelings in me that I don't know what they're called. I don't know what this feeling is called. It tells me it's love, but I don't love her. I hate her. I hate her face. If it didn't mean like getting in trouble and going to jail and losing grace with God, I would consider the idea of like killing her. Like I think about it. I think about it. And I use this avenue to like just be a piece of shit, but that's not true. That's absolutely not true. I'm actually really a big sweetie pie to her, and that's the most annoying thing. But it's annoying because it doesn't get reciprocated, because she doesn't even. Don't worry about her. Take the meat and the fucking blood sack, the meat and bones. Take that out of the picture. We're talking about the fucking thing in my head, the idea of her. Which lives inside of me. I'm trying to figure out what the source of it is, where it lives, how to root it, and if not, nurture it. Because Rabbi Jesus said, love your enemy like you love yourself. It's easy to love people that love you back. It's more challenging to love people who don't love you. Just as it's not easy to hate people that you love. You see the logic? You're playing. It's like you're playing mind games with yourself. Like that's the point. Like you're breaking out of like conventional thinking. Think of it like walking over hot coals, right? So you walk over hot coals. Why do I keep on using that example? Like I use that example a lot. I'm noticing. Because it's a great example. That's why. All right. Well, also look at it like walking over hot coals, or even holding a loaded gun to your head. Like they seem different, but it's exactly it's the same concept. Like if you can get over the fear to do X, Y, Z, then everything in your life that is less scary than X, Y, Z becomes like, or equivalent, the equivalency of X, Y, Z just becomes that much easier. Oh shit, I can put a fucking loaded gun in my head? Shit, if I can do that, what else can I do? I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. You feel me? If I can hate my mother, what? Who else can I hate? If I can cut my son off like he's dead hair, if I can cut my son off like dead hair, I can do that to anyone. You feel? Because what we're doing, we're detaching. We're not attaching. We're detaching, uncoupling from every single a man version of a bitch face. We're uncoupling from anyone and everyone, everything and anything that could get in the way of us living our lives completely for ourselves, being completely and totally as selfish as possible. Because that's what people hate. People don't like selfish people, right? Well, go fuck yourself. Thanks. People don't like selfish people, but at the same time, everybody's fucking selfish. People don't like selfish people because they want a pushover. Thanks. She just cursed me, this fucking whore bitch. People don't like selfish people because they want pushovers that they can take advantage of. So this dumb little whore that lives in my head, she wants me to message the meat and bone person, like use DMs and just like constantly like love bomb and what is that? What are the words? What are other one words like that? Love bombing, being a pain in the ass, annoying. Like to do all that, but why? Like I said, like I have just as good a conversation with a fucking plant. You know what I mean? Like you don't say anything that interests me. I don't say anything that interests you. But when the dumb bitch, when she says, I'm interested, no, you're not. Don't say that. Don't talk like that. I hate that because what that does is that gets in my head, and it goes like, oh well, you know she is interested. She did say she was interested. If she wasn't interested, she wouldn't have said it. Well, she's also got the attention span of a fucking somebody missing half their brain, and she's got the personality of a fucking pile of shit. Oh, you gotta understand too. Here's another thing. You gotta understand too. Like I've just spent the past 3 weeks doing the exact opposite of all this. Because I'm trying to balance out the fucking energy. Don't worry about her. Don't feel bad for her. Have no pity. Nobody deserves pity. You don't deserve pity. You dumb fucking piece of garbage. Oh my god. Do you just like, the thing is like sometimes you just gotta fucking not give a shit. Don't feel bad about hurting people's feelings. I'm not talking to anyone in the first place. Like, if you're watching this and you're getting triggered, that's your own fault. I'm not responsible for your feelings. You know what I mean? But you're a fucking dumb piece of shit. And you're watching this going, who the fuck you think you're talking? I'm talking to you, you fucking piece of garbage. You dumb cunt. Have you ever thought about killing yourself? Is there any way that I could convince you that it's a good idea? And that the world will actually be a better place without you? I'm not wrong, by the way. I'm not wrong. And you know it. Because if I was wrong, then I wouldn't be validating the thoughts that you have already had in your own head, you know? Can I get in trouble for doing that? No, absolutely not. God. Nope. Because I'm not talking to anyone. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And anybody who I can get in trouble with, go fuck yourself. Because here's the thing. It's like, I don't know where the hell you people get off with this idea that God loves you. He doesn't. He loves me. He loves Jews. He loves Muslims. I mean, I don't know about nobody else. Christians, I guess so. That's like of the Abrahamic people, Christians are like the niggers. They're the nigger slaves. They're the nigger class. Nobody gives a shit about them. Christians, huh? Those are fucking idols. Yeah, but here's the thing. They're allowed to be idols. Idol worshippers. Like, totally. That's literally what their job is. Because if the Christian congregation didn't do exactly what they did, it doesn't do exactly what they're doing by worshiping a man, worshiping a Jew. And here's the thing, if you want to worship a Jew, I mean, all the other one Jews, and when I say other one Jews, like, that's in quotation marks, the other one Jews, that's like us versus them, you know what that means? Like, it's me, and then there's everybody else. You're everybody else. Like, anybody who isn't me is in the category of everybody else. Now, when I say other one Jews, I'm saying all the other Jews that aren't me. So other one Jews, that's your Orthodox Jews, that's your Reformist Jews, and any other Jew that isn't me. So, primarily, other one Jews, they don't, with the exception of like the Messianics, but Messianic Jews also go into the other one Jew category because they're Christian Jews. Like that's not me. Well, you know how every Jew is a descendant of Abraham, right? This Jew is a descendant of Jesus, so. So that's what separates me from everybody else. And like all the Orthodox Jews, like if it wasn't for like the Christian congregation, what would happen to the memory of Jesus, of Rabbi Jesus? It'd be gone. Because those goddamn Talmudic Jews, they got no fucking respect. And they don't really even believe in God either, by the way. You ask a rabbi if he believes in God. See what he says. I was watching a rabbi last night going, no, you find God within yourself. Yeah, that's not entirely incorrect. It's not entirely incorrect. I mean, it's not entirely correct. It's both. It's not entirely correct. It's not entirely incorrect. Because he's within, but he's also above. Like, and that's the important part. Oh, you motherfuckers. Which is really, believe it or not, that's a really challenging concept for people. I got into like not an argument, but I got into like a brief thing with my mother one day. Talking about God, talking about my relationship with God. She's like, "Well, I believe everyone has God within them." Yeah, I'm sure. I don't doubt that. It's just that I have God within me, but God's also above me as well. Nigga, you ain't got, like, I don't know. Let's wait for this asshole to pull the cigarette out. Where the hell are we going with all this? What was I talking about? I don't know. Dial it back. Hashem, what was I saying? Rabbi Jesus? Yeah, the Christians, the niggers of the Abrahamic community. They do a good job of keeping Jesus' name alive, his legacy. So that eventually, when Mashiach finally recognizes the fact that he is a descendant of Jesus Christ, Jesus the Christ, Rabbi Jesus the Christ, that there is something to work from, you know? Because that's a thing that other one Jews, they say they don't believe in Jesus. But you know what? I know. No, I just had a thought. Well, I wish I had another one Jew to ask this question to. What's the question? Ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door shall open. Thank you, Rabbi Jesus. No, my question is, because you know this is a good question. Okay, dear other one Jews, I know that you don't believe in Jesus, in that you don't believe that he was the Messiah, and I don't disagree with you. You and I were on the same page. He wasn't our Messiah. He was someone else's. Because the men of the tradition, the Pharisees, they're taking you down the fucking long path, the fucking up shit's creek without a paddle. So in order to ensure that not every single Jew was going to be fucked over, God activated Rabbi Jesus to pave the way for Mashiach in the future, right? So, other one Jew, Jesus isn't the Messiah, but do we agree to one degree or another that Rabbi Jesus, that the person that I'm referring to as Rabbi Jesus, who is the person that's referenced in the New Testament, do we agree that he is the ancestor of Mashiach, in the sense that Mashiach is the descendant of David and Ephraim through Rabbi Jesus the Christ? And like, are you feeling me? Are you following me? I don't know. Like, because sometimes I feel like when I talk to people, like your heads are so thick that what I'm saying doesn't actually get through. Trigger your inflammatory words. My inflammatory demeanor doesn't necessitate. Am I using the word right? My inflammatory demeanor does not necessitate a respectable answer. Why? Why? Is it because, like, if you answered my question, that your hypocrisy will get, like, this highlighted and blasted right in your face? Because I know you know I'm right. I know we're on the same page, at least. That's why Mashiach isn't gonna have the fucking the curlicues and the little yarmulke, like all that shit. He didn't do tefillin, and I'm gonna tell you why he doesn't do tefillin, because he is tefillin. You feel me? He is tefillin. It's just like in Mishnah Torah, right? So what happens in Mishnah Torah, where Rambam completely butchers a fucking the interpretation of the Mishnah to teach our children Torah, right? It doesn't. There is no commandment to teach anyone Torah except for our children and ourselves. That's it. And one, you shouldn't even be teaching anyone Torah. People are supposed to be studying it for themselves, and that's why it says, write it on your arms, write it on your forehead. Nigga, you're supposed to be. Do you know what that means? Do you have any idea what that means? Not to wear tefillin. Inscribe it on, wear it on your arms, on your actions. Perform your actions. Your daily actions should be influenced by Torah. Wear it on your forehead. Inscribe it on your forehead. It doesn't mean to put on a fucking tefillin on your head. It means to think. Have a fucking mind to think. A mind to understand. And to understand what you're doing and what you're not doing. That is and is not Torah related. You should be an embodiment of the law. Right, inscribe it on your doorposts, on the gates of your house. Like, and I can appreciate. How you doing, my love? I can appreciate the literal Larry interpretations. I do recognize that it's challenging to break free of the literal Larry perspective, but the way that Hashem is explaining it to me is like, you guys are digging your own graves. I know your ego and your pride is going to get in the way of hearing what I got to say, but it's like, you know what, it's more your problem than mine. I don't really give a shit. You know how remember, we all know the prophets and why the prophets didn't like being prophets. You fucking find me a prophet that was like, oh God, I can't wait. I cannot wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Because you know why? I love talking down to people. That's what prophets do. Prophets get the fucking benefit. They get the benefit of telling everybody how big of a fucking dipshit you are. You fucking idiot. Who made you so stupid? They're fucking Pharisees. They fucking guys. They're jerk-offs. They were jerk-offs. Especially Rambam. He didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. That's not fair. That's not fair. I know. We gotta go to an extreme before... We gotta take it to an extreme before we can dial it back. Get your panties out of the fucking bunch. So in order to have a proper opinion on anything, we have to take it to the full extreme. I know, that's what I'm saying. See, we're on the same page here. That's what I'm saying. The literal Larry stuff, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. Because Rambam in Mishnah Torah, he says it perfectly, right? He's talking about he's talking about how the mitzvah of teaching Torah to other people, right? What he says, what he quotes is the portion of Deuteronomy where it says, teach your children. And then right afterwards, he goes, this can be interpreted to mean teach other people. Okay, I accept that. I'm fucking fine with it, dude. Oh, I'm getting chills. I'm seeing Nilly Salem in my mind. No, my job is just to bridge the gap. That's all I'm doing. But I don't need you to accept it. Like I don't need anyone's confirmation. I don't need anyone's validation, because Hashem does it for me by energetic transfer, sympathetic energetic transfer, like this. Like remember I was talking about, like early on, I was talking about how this could potentially be an unlisted video that ends up only getting posted within the group that I have with that lady friend. It's not even a friend. She's not even a friend. She's not even a part of my life. The apparition. Now that's the challenging part, because we did have a relationship, a situationship for about 2 years, and we've known each other for 5. So it is challenging for me to detach the one from the other, the apparition from the person, because prior to Hashem showing me, opening my eyes, I had been doing an experiment where I was talking to the flesh and blood human the way that the apparition in my mind was telling me to speak. The apparition in my mind is Shekinah. My Shekinah wears her face. Is that crazy? Is that cool? You talk to your Shakima. Yeah. Oh, this guy's losing it. Am I? Am I? I don't think so. Oh, sorry. That was a non-Jew I was talking to. How do you know? Well, you can tell because non-Jews don't resonate with anything that we're talking about. Only Jews are going to resonate with what we're talking about, and Muslims too. Anyone of some kind of Israelite descent. Now, the Christians, they're going to have a completely... See, Christians, like that's what I'm saying. Those people, don't even worry about that. If anything, we need to start opening the door for the Messianics. They're okay. They're cool. I give them my seal of approval. They're Jews, just like everybody else. There's a fucking million types of Jews. If I ever find out there's another Jew telling a Jew, and Beryl Solomon, I'm talking to you, motherfucker. You ever fucking say anything about Jews not being Jews, we're gonna have a fucking problem. Hashem's gonna have a fucking problem. Don't ever do that. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if your little fucking ego. And don't worry about fucking Israel, okay? Don't worry about Israel. God gave that to us. God didn't give it to you. God didn't give it to you. God gave it to the children of Abraham, the children of Israel. If you. Hold on. I'm just letting this asshole in my mind finish what he's saying. Go ahead, keep talking. I know, because you know everything. I know, you know everything, right? Because because you got the beer, because you did the conversion, right? Is that what you did? You converted? I don't convert. I don't need to convert. That's what God told me. See, because I'm an actual Jew. See, because real Jews, you want to talk about who's a real Jew and who's not a real Jew? You find me in Torah where it says that one's Jewishness is determined by their mother. Go find it. Go find it. And don't talk about Ezra. Who the fuck is Ezra? Who the fuck is Ezra? Oh, maybe God will stop punishing us if we stop intermarrying with other women. All right. Well, you stopped, and he's still doing it. So no. No, but if you turn to Deuteronomy 23, what we find out is one's Jewishness actually comes from the father, specifically, not the mother. And we also learned that lesson from Joseph and the 13th tribe. The 13th tribe. The 13th tribe is composed of the two half-tribes. Everybody knows that. Well, I mean, everybody as in me. Well, I can't help it if nobody taught you that. Maybe we should turn our study guides to Ethics of the Fathers. I believe it's chapter 4, verse 6, I think. Who is wise? He who learns from everyone. What did you learn from Rabbi Jesus? You know, it's funny. I have an Orthodox friend. I have an Orthodox friend who said that. We were having a heated discussion about Rabbi Jesus, and he threw this at me. He who is wise, he who learns from everyone. Okay, you're calling yourself what? Because he called himself wise, and I said, I don't have the balls to call myself wise like that. That's arrogance, calling yourself wise. And then he hit me with that, with Ethics, chapter 4, 4-6. He who is wise. Who is wise is he who learns from everyone. Okay, well, we're talking about Rabbi Jesus. What did Rabbi Jesus teach you? What did you learn from him? And you know, as soon as I said that, he fucking hypocrite motherfucker. You're gonna hit me, and I threw it. And you know what? There's actually a really good ethic. There was another one. There's a verse that I used right afterwards because he thought he was being slick. You're gonna throw Ethics of the Fathers at me and think that you're gonna. Oh man, nah, dude. Let's scroll down. I think it's like two verses down. What was it? Oh, the dullard. It's something about the dullards who don't who I believe that the verse was something about those people, those dullards who are too good to learn from other people. I don't no one said, hey listen, but no one ever said you have to worship Jesus. Who said that? Where did he say that? Did you read the first 5 books of the New Testament? He never once said you got to worship me. Never said it. As a matter of fact, what he said to people when he facilitated healings, because he never healed anyone. He says that himself. I didn't do this for you. Your faith healed you, not me. I didn't do shit. Go home. Go to the temple. Go show them what God did for you. But the people, the book even says that people would go. The people would go home, they would go to the temple, and they'd look what Jesus did. Look what Jesus did. That's not what I said. That's not what I told you to do. You didn't follow the instructions. The instructions were, don't give me credit. Give credit to God. Fuck. Dipshit. Fucking idiots. The Christians fucked everybody up. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If it wasn't for the fucking the Christian, the Niggah congregation, then the Jewish congregation wouldn't have any problem with Jesus. He'd just be another fucking Jew. Well, no, that's not true. That's not true because... Why? Why? Because the Orthodox Jews of today are predicated on the Pharisees. And Jesus and the Pharisees were not friends. They didn't like each other. He didn't like their methods, and they were jealous. Not fucking jealous! You were too. You're jealous because he was the prophet, and you didn't want the prophet, that's why. Because you knew that if the prophet came, you were gonna lose all your power. Your grip on power. You don't even have any fucking power. You guys are puppets for Hashem too, just like everybody else. Alright, let's dial this back to fucking unlisted mode because I'm getting bored. Hi. Do you see how crazy I get sometimes? This is what my life is like. It's not that I don't like it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Like I have a lot of fun doing this. But that's kind of the point. Is I love berating people, and God found a job for me that fits my personality, which is to be an asshole to people. And it's not being an asshole. It's not being an asshole. It's not mean if it's true. You know? People don't like truth speakers. That's a problem for people. And listen, I'm not saying that I'm 100% right. I'm 99.998% wrong about everything. Have I ever been right about you? No? Well, I mean, not no. That's definitely not true either. Oh, we made the turns, by the way. I did the whole walk that I was planning on doing. I just don't want to go by Mario's. I don't want to go by Mario's. I don't want to be asking for cigarettes. I'm tired of asking that guy for cigarettes. I hate it. Why? Because he always gives them. And like, I almost feel obligated to take cigarettes from him. I literally feel obligated that I have to ask him for a cigarette. Because I sit and I talk to him. And I just listen to him. I kind of just don't feel like it. And I want a menthol cigarette. That's what I want. I thought this was going to take a little bit longer than it really did. I had no idea it was going to be this quick. It's only been an hour and 14 minutes. I'm always usually in that other spot for like 2 hours. Well, now we're at the labyrinth. But you know, like one of the things, ma'am, I'm talking to you, ma'am. I'm like, we're back in unlisted mode. What I love about doing this, like especially doing these recordings like this, is that try to imagine like how much stuff I'm just getting off my chest. This is therapy. This is definitely therapy. Like I get to just unload everything which then has the benefit of everything that I'm dumping. I'm just making that much more space for me to receive more insights, have more ideas, attract more of what I need to progress further in my life. Because when it comes to ascension, when it comes to ascending and descending, listen, I had this revelation yesterday, is I can't go any higher. Like literally, I can't go any higher. Like I've hit the ceiling. Gosh, love that idea. Hit the ceiling. We're in private mode right now. Hit the ceiling. It's like when you're having sex with somebody and you hit the cervix. That's what my ex-wife used to call it. You're hitting the ceiling. You know? It's like when I don't know. I thought she made it seem like it was a good thing. But what I'm saying for me right now, I'm not talking about the cervix ceiling. I'm talking about, what do you hit it with? Your penis, your dick. Like when when you're having sex. Have you ever had sex before? The penis goes in the vagina, but sometimes the penis will go deep enough where it comes into contact with the cervix, which is a sensitive area. So, but that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm talking about, that's not what I meant. What I meant is I believe, and Hashem, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've reached the spiritual ceiling. Like there's no higher I can go. There's no lower I can go because Satan is within me. My Yetzer Hara is literally the Mashiach. See, my Shekinah, the Shekinah is the soul, basically, right? So try to imagine this. Think of a yin yang, okay? Think of a yin yang. You got the white and the black, or light and dark, masculine, feminine, right? But then the black has just a speck of white, and the white has a speck of black. Kind of showing how there's just as much dark within the light as there is light within the dark. So now imagine that to be the soul. Okay? That is the Shekinah. That is the female aspect of God. But it's divided up into 4 sections. You have the light, you have the dark, then you have the light dark and the dark light. So the Shekinah has 2 sides that have 2 sides. So we can kind of look at it as, we can even break it down as Shekinah is the female aspect of the soul, Mashiach is the masculine side of the soul. Lilith is the feminine masculine, Satan is the masculine feminine. Now Mashiach, that's a Hebrew word. It means anointed one. Mashiach and Christ, they're the same word. They're pronounced differently. They represent the same thing, the same person. Not the same person, yeah, the same person, the same spiritual rank. It's like Buddha. You know, Buddha's like not really a guy. Buddha's like a mindset. It's the same thing with Christ. But it's exclusive to Israelite Jews. That's just the thing. So when I'm like all the other Jews that I'm talking to, because there's not many that watch this channel. There is a couple though, so that's why I'm talking to them, and they know exactly. Hold on, we're going to public mode. David, you know exactly who I'm talking to. Back to private mode. So what am I doing? So what I'm doing is I'm just dialing into certain frequencies. Like, ma'am, right now I'm talking to you. Here, public. David, now I'm talking to you and don't say your name. Shekima. I'm talking to David and Shekima. So, well, Shekima is the name of my Shekinah. So Shekima is the Yechida of my Shekinah. So every Jew's got a Shekinah. Everyone's got a Shekinah. Every Jew's got a Yechidah. My Yechidah, the Yechidah aspect of my Shekinah is Shekhinah. It's what differentiates, and it's what differentiates my Shekinah from all the other Shekinahs out there. It's like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The emanations, the Sephirot within the Sephirot. The Malkut of Had. The Chesed of Netzach. You know what I mean? It's like that. Shekhinah is the Yechidah of my Shekinah. Alright, public, private. So that's what I mean. It's like I'm dialing into different energetic frequencies of people. It's like their divine consciousness that I have access to because of the fact that I am Mashiach. Now mind you, every Jew is a Mashiach, but there's only one Mashiach that is related to Rabbi Jesus. So, that's me. And the only evidence I have to back that up is just my father used to say it. My father used to tell me. Well, he used to tell everybody. Your father used to say that he was Jesus' baby brother. I know, but don't be such a literal Larry. My father was implying that my family on his side is descendants of Jesus. Do you feel me? We share ancestry with Rabbi Jesus, which is what makes us more special, more equal, right? All animals are equal. All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. And the same is true for humans, because human is predicated on animal. And we know this because we saw Animal Farm. Did you read Animal Farm? Please, God, tell me you read Animal Farm. You have some kind of education. At the end of Animal Farm, find out all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. It's even in Torah too. It's like, I think it's in chapter 22. Do not plow a field using an ox and an ass at the same time. Like, the ox is gonna outwork the donkey. The donkeys don't plow. They carry stuff. So don't do that. Don't be mixing your cotton with your linen. Which isn't a sin, it's just practical living. The same reason that God commands us, don't plant anything that isn't a grapevines in your vineyard. Use your vineyard exclusively for your grapes. If you gotta grow tomatoes or some other wheat or some other shit, move it somewhere else. You're gonna have to get more land. I don't know what to tell you. Don't be mixing stuff because you're gonna fuck it up. Because the one plant's gonna leach off of the other one. That's why you don't do that. Don't be mixing things. Don't mix things up. If you mix up cotton and linen, they're gonna have two different durabilities. I don't know which one is more durable than the other, but you don't want to. What happens when you're mixing up the fabrics and then the cotton wears out sooner than the linen, or the linen wears out sooner than the cotton, and the whole thing's fucked. I mean, granted, we're in a whole different age now. We're in a different age where we have synthetic blends. I get that. I understand, but the point is, all fabrics are equal, but some fabrics are more equal than others. You feel me? All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. all humans are equal, but some are more equal than others. It's just, ask any of those Christian niggers, like, was Jesus equal? Are you equal to Jesus? They'll tell you no. Absolutely not. Exactly. Jesus is a God. Well, he's a Jew. He's a Jew. I mean, if you're going to equate Jews with gods, then that's fine. I mean, lowercase g, lowercase. My philosophy is if you want to worship a Jew so fucking bad, you can worship me. But man, see where like, I don't know where this starts, where it ends, where it's going. So, does it help? Oh, fuck yeah, it helps. This is like amazing. This is the best. I'm living out all my childhood dreams. Like, God, like, literally throws everything I need at me. Like, try to imagine, like, the only reason that God, like, the reason that God made Chris leave his phone in Teresa's car was so that Teresa can ask you to call me because he knew that I needed to see your face so that I would get all fucking crazy. All fucking crazy over you again. So that I would eventually go into that group to resurrect that group so that I can move all of my social media work into that group, including this. It was you personally, like, the meat and blood you, if the meat and blood you is there, like, what do you want? What do you want? I have my uses for you, and unless you're fine with having sex with me, I don't need you anymore because I got this. Like, I have everything I need. I trust. Like here's my thing. It's like I got this weird fucked up thing that even in having sex with you wouldn't even be that good. I feel like having sex with you would be like having sex with a corpse. Like, you'd be one of those people that just lie there, and it's just, I can't do this. This feels like rape. No. So, what my Lord is telling me is He has a perfect sexual partner for me. Like, I'm good with that. Like, you had use, but now we're maximizing what potential you had by cutting you out of the picture altogether. I'm talking to the meat and blood Jew, who may or may not be watching this. But see how I'm talking to you? It's like, what he's telling me is like, I don't have to be afraid to talk to you like this. I don't have to be afraid to talk to you like a piece of shit. Because you already know you're a piece of shit. Like, you told me you're a piece of shit. And I agree with you. Which was a really hard thing to come to grips with. But it was like, I started to realize one day, I'm like, yo, you gotta listen. She wouldn't have told you all that if it wasn't true. And because she believes it's true, it's true. She made it true. Yeah, you better believe she's terrible for you. Don't ever. The girl's dripping with fucking emotionally transmitted diseases. And God knows if she has any STDs. I got a bad feeling about that. I don't know why that keeps coming back, that keeps looping around in my head. But that's a thought that I continually have. I'm like, yo, you do not even want to touch it. You don't want to touch it because you're not going to be able to get it off of you. Because they don't make cures for that. Yeah, but God, now you're just being a dick. No, I'm not. I'm actually telling the truth. I'm telling the truth in the sense that, hey, you go. Yeah, otherwise these people aren't going to stop. No, because you got fucking people, you got these young guys, they're just fucking standing there waiting for traffic to stop for them, and they're not going to. I just walk because I don't give a fuck, because I know you're not going to hit me. Well, yeah, do I feel bad talking like this? Do you think I want to be talking like this? I want to be talking to somebody that I can actually talk nice to, talk sweet to. I'm so much more of a sweetie pie than this. Like, but I don't have anyone to talk to like that. I don't have anybody. So I have to take out like all of that like frustration and rage. That's what this is for. This isn't personal towards anybody. I mean, I know I said I'm talking to the meat and blood sack, like bag of bones, but realistically, am I? I wouldn't say that to your face. A lot of the stuff on here that I say I wouldn't say to people's faces. I'd like to. I wish I had that kind of like. Well, that's kind of what we're building up to. Also, remember that. Remember going back to the hold the gun to your head analogy, but also walking over the hot coals analogy too. It's the same thing, and it's not a matter of, and even going back to what we were talking about with the Talmud and Rambam, in a sense that you have to take it to an extreme before we can dial it back. Like you got to redline the ignition. You got to redline the accelerator. The right ignition. Redline the. Man, I don't know the name of the goddamn word. Transmission. You got to redline the transmission. Oh, the TV's on. Oh, that means my friend's not dead. You got to redline the transmission before you can dial it back down. You know what I mean? It's kind of that's the image that I'm seeing in my head. It's first you have to get to you have to crank it up to fucking 700 RPMs, 7,000 RPMs before you can bring it back down to 3. Good save. Thanks. But here's the other thing is, I know I keep bringing up the same stuff, but you're talking in circles. No, we're not talking in circles. We're talking in spirals. Circles go around. Spirals ascend by going around. So every time you think that we're circling around, we are, but we're also taking it, ascending a little bit higher from where we were the last time. So this is what I was saying before. Like, I can't go any higher. Like, I'm just bringing up. I'm just like kind of put my hand out here. Let me give you a hand. Come on. Hour and a half. Oh, what time is it? Well, sunset. The third quarter moon. The square. The square that forms the third quarter or first quarter moon tonight is at like 2 a.m. Which, it's only 4:30. We got time. We got 10 minutes. Well, it makes a difference. It makes a difference because, it makes a difference because we're astronomy works off of angles, and the first quarter moon is when the sun and the moon are making a 90-degree angle on the zodiac. So right now they're about, I'd say, like, I don't know the exact positions at this precise moment, but I'd say it's probably about like, the moon moves pretty quickly. It's like 5 degrees every 2 hours, some shit like that. So we got about say about 7 hours. I'm just guesstimating 7 hours. 7 hours. So that's probably about like a 50, 60 degree angle. Maybe like a 65 degree angle, 70. Oh, but Alright, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have fun with people.